Cool. It's episode 4 of the Vinyl Collective podcast. With me, it's my co-host Jon, as usual.
Yeah.
But we got a special guest in the building.
Yes.
Yep.
We're plugging in the vinyl cord. We got Daniel.
Come on.
You
guys
Chord socials. Yeah, we're
Social,
good.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. It's good to be
It's
in
nice
the
to have
studio.
a first feature.
Yeah,
First little
our
collab.
first
feature.
Yeah.
You're the first
You
feature.
are.
Hey, it's lit. Come on.
So yeah, man. So first not the last. We're gonna start putting in some features now, giving you a few episodes of us, but now it's time to bring some other people into the fold, man.
Come on.
So
Definitely.
yeah, but let's kick it off as usual. We got our artist spotlight of this week was Vince Staples.
Vince Staples.
Yeah, do you listen to a bit of Vince Staples? That's the thing. So
I don't.
that's the thing about Vince Staples. I feel like he should just like be a comedian on the side, like no
should.
joke. Honestly, I
know
swear
it's
to
funny,
God.
Who did he cuss out again the other?
Charlie Sloth. Remember that time he cussed out Charlie Sloth?
No, I'm thinking he cussed out like a president or something.
He cusses out everyone.
Probably,
Bro.
yeah. He doesn't
no,
care.
no, literally he doesn't care. Like there was one time, he was like,
Yeah.
he didn't remember what Charlie Sloth's name was. Like, yeah, I think it was on the Breakfast Club. He was saying something like, oh, there's this white guy in the UK. He just kept asking me rapping on B after B after B. Wouldn't let me stop. He said like, oh, it was like being on the auction block because I was like, no, this guy is so funny. He's like, yeah, I'm never rapping for the white man again. I was like, you know what? Yeah, the way Charlie Sloth is, I get it. To be honest, like he's just annoying. But yeah, to be honest, I don't listen to a huge amount of Vince Staples. I listened to the FM album last year.
Yeah.
Because he had like L Sweatshirt on it, so I had to check it out. But yeah, he's not bad. Like, you know what he is? He kind of reminds you of kind of reminds you of Schoolboy Q, but just more relaxed.
Would you describe him as alternate American hip hop?
Kind of. You know what it is? He's one of those guys that he's openly doesn't respect like the golden era of the 90s kind of thing.
So.
Oh, he doesn't?
You know, he's not that type of guy. He's like, he said, I'm not gonna call like Tupac the GOAT because everyone else says it. Like, I don't think they're the
Who's his
GOAT.
goat then?
I don't know. Actually, I need to round that
I need to know his
interview.
goat then. Like, who is it?
But yeah, he's a bit of a rebel in that sense. And obviously, he had that album. Was it 2016 or something? Big Fish Theory.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That was really like
That was a very good album.
really electronic, like proper different beats, like kind of like house beats in a sense. So
Yeah.
he's definitely willing to try different things. He can rap. He can definitely rap.
So
I think
like Prima Donna was the album before that, and then the one I really got into was like Summertime '06.
yeah, I
I think
think
it was like a two-part album, like
Yeah.
2 discs on it.
I think if you don't listen to Vince Staples, try that one out because that one's like a classic.
it's
for
really
sure.
like it's pretty like not visceral is the word, but like it's just like bleak.
Yeah,
Really
it's
nice.
it's one of those ones like
Yeah.
it's like everyone loves a good little LA album.
Is he from LA?
Yeah, he's from LA. Yeah, he's a
Okay,
Crip.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Do you know
Crip.
what is with him yet? Because obviously, like I know who he is. Like I've heard of him and whatnot. I think, when you just don't dive deep enough into that side of American hip hop.
No, for sure. Yeah, I think,
I would
Yeah.
recommend this album though. Like,
Yeah.
What's it called?
really
Sorry,
truly.
what's it called?
Summertime 06.
Yeah, my friend Harry put me onto him this year, and we started like listening to like albums every week together. Like on I think we did like a video call and like both put the album on, and then like just like deep dive into an album for a while. And this was his first choice, and I listened to it and was like, wow. I heard songs of Big Fish Theory a few years ago. Like, what was that 745?
Yeah, that song with Kendrick Lamar is fire. Like
Yeah.
absolutely fire.
Oh, is that on the same album?
Yeah, Big Fish. No, Big Fish Theory. Yeah, but yeah, like
Yeah, it's a hell of an album.
yeah, good. Yeah, he's a good artist. But again, like I feel like he needs to incorporate more of his comedic aspects into his music because
I think
obviously
he did that a bit more in FM.
Yeah, he did because obviously a lot of his music is always about like like the real stuff that goes on in LA, which is fair enough. But like you've got that skill, to me it's like you might as well harness it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
he's definitely one of the funniest guys.
Yeah, definitely one of the funniest
you
guys
watch
out.
his
I've seen some of the.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Like he should be one of the funniest rappers to ever do it. Honestly, legit. He should be like up there with like I don't know, like a Kanye for sure.
He's
No,
funny, he's funny.
legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we said, we've got a guest in the building. We've got Daniel. If you don't know, I don't know where you've been, but Core Social's been blowing up this year.
Creator there.
Yeah,
Come on.
co-creator, Core Socials. So how did the idea of Core Socials kind of like come about? And I know it's an acronym for culture over record deals. So I want to know more about that as well.
I like that. Now you know what it is. I guess when we were starting it, alright. So for me personally, when like let's say what year we in 2020? So last year 2019. No, sorry, end of 2019. I said to myself, next year. No, sorry. Start of 2019, I said to myself, this year I need to like do something on the side. I don't know what. I don't know what.
Yeah.
But I want
It can't just be work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So obviously, it came to a point now, where that whole period is the story is so funny because that whole period, right? I like in 2019, like or even 2018, I was always posting music on my Snapchat, like always.
Yeah.
Every single day, a song I liked, I was always posting it. Obviously, I knew Jesse through mutual friends and whatnot, so I had him on Snap. And then man just messaged me, he's like, "Yo, bro, you like music?" I was like, "Yo."
That's like, wasn't it? Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I like music."
Yeah. It's like,
Oh,
no,
like-
you like music.
Yeah.
Listen to it,
I
like,
love
yeah,
music,
yeah, yeah.
kind of thing. And then obviously it got to the stage of like, yeah, let's link up, man. Let's talk and blah blah blah. He had a few ideas. I was like, okay, yeah, no, I vibe with that. And then yeah, we obviously got into our first like kind of show, and then we were like, yeah, from there it was just one of those situations where we wanted to create something that we didn't have when we were younger.
Yeah.
When we were kind of growing up. And it was one of those ones where it's like, okay, yeah, cool, fair enough. Social media and tech wasn't even at that age yet. But regardless, I wish I could see people, when I was listening to, for example, J. Cole, like 2013 and that.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like people talking about Born Sinner, people talking about Friday Night Lights. Or like when people are talking about, even Tiny Temper, bro. Tiny Temper, that song I liked still even back then. It would have been a situation, I'd love to see that.
It's true because especially at that time, all we had was forums.
We just had
We just had forums, or we had word of mouth.
It was one of those ones, you listen to a song and you speak to your friends about it. That's
Yeah, she at school, be like, "Oh, did you see that song on Channel U the other day?" Like, like literally,
imagine.
yeah,
Oh, I beg you, Bluetooth.
yeah, literally.
Read this thing to me, like.
100%. Like, literally, also all it is, or especially when artists like made like throwaway songs, like songs that weren't albums, and you have to be like, oh, like you literally just had to receive it through a friend because it's not like there was SoundCloud where it's like, oh, I did put it on a SoundCloud. It's like if you had it on your phone, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. Like that was it. Yeah. So especially at that time, it would have been good to have something where like people kind of sat down and just
Had an opinion.
had
able to
opinions.
see an opinion and enjoy, bro. Because I feel like during them times, all man was doing was listening to music stuck on PS2 or Xbox 360, Xbox 360, and that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's true.
So it's just one of them ones where it's like, okay, now even still we didn't have it. I'm a whole 20. I'm 25 this year, and I still don't have this kind of content. You know what I'm
I mean, hopefully, Cole can bring that, man. I think it is.
That's what it was. That's what we're trying to do, man. Just bring that back to the table. Give people something that is kind of fresh in the UK, and just give people something to enjoy, man. You know, something to enjoy, something to learn from. So that was kind of the whole idea.
Yeah. As you said before, like you know, you're a big music fan, and obviously Jesse reached out to you. And one thing I've noticed, I haven't ever said it to you personally, but like, yeah, like I see you like certain tweets from like opinions of artists, and like I know you've got an opinion, but a lot of the time, when it comes to record, like you're behind the camera, you know, you're obviously managing things. So it's like, I always wonder like how come like you're more behind the camera, even though you see like someone you knows their shit. Like, how can you don't put yourself like in the fold of things?
Obviously, initially it was more time due to the fact that we need to make sure everything's looking good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I know fuck-ups, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously you can just get into a stage where if we can't see what's happening behind the camera, let's say something stops at something, whatever's happened, then obviously we wouldn't be able to do that. You know? But then obviously as time's now gone on, possibly we could possibly be like in front of the cameras. But really and truly, I don't know. First, me personally, I think it's weird. For me personally, I don't even think I've got the braveness.
To
okay.
okay.
Do you think you're going to say that?
Yeah, no, for real, to actually be in front of the camera. Not in a sense where it's like, okay, I'm just a normal guy on the camera, but maybe I'm the chord guy on the in front of the camera.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then it'll be, if it was one of those situations where I was just a normal guy, like, man, like, let's get on. But it's like, because I'm the chord guy, I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to interfere with that kind of like,
I want to kind of separate it, you know?
Yeah.
I want it to be like, those are the great, amazing cast and personalities, and there's me, and I can talk to anyone about me.
Fair. It's kind of like watching your children grow up, like letting that grow
man,
organically.
like I see it as a baby, innit?
Sure. Yeah,
let the baby grow.
No, it's true. No, it's funny because I remember the last time when I was in the Heady One video, and like obviously people are saying stuff about like other artists, and I can see your face. You're like, I don't know why. Like you want to jump in, but it's like, nah, gotta stick to the core side of things. So that's the thing about like critiquing music, I know you feel this way as well, John. Like
Yeah, yeah.
when you have an opinion, it's so hard to kind of keep your opinion to yourself, especially when you kind of hear like opposite. So let's say for yourself, for example, you go onto like Twitter and someone says, I don't know, Nux is shit. You're gonna be like, you want to interact with that because like, wait, but have you listened to like you want to do that at least, you want to have that discussion. But when it's like, you know what, nah, like for the betterment of the product, I'm just gonna leave it.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean?
The concept on that video though was proper cool. Like with the little time stopper.
Oh,
I haven't seen that
The
kind of thing
culture.
before.
Yeah, no,
It was
that was
really
dope.
cool.
That was dope.
Yeah.
No, we're definitely gonna have to bring that one back. For sure.
Is that something you guys just like thought up on the spot, or
Nah.
seen...
We gained inspiration.
It's cool.
Like it was one of them ones where the inspiration come from was like, let's say for example you two, so two people on set, and then they were just doing it.
Yeah.
We thought,
Okay.
you know what, let's just bring, because obviously it's no longer just us two.
Yeah.
Let's just bring a group of people in and have that same kind of conversation with stoppers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's dope because you have enough time to say your opinion, but you have it in this amount of time.
Yeah. And you have to share it.
And you have to
Yeah.
share
Free.
it. And
And you gotta be good, man.
and what you gotta say gotta be good. You know what I'm saying? So that was definitely fun to record. We're definitely gonna bring that one back.
Before we move on, just want to draw attention to Tope's t-shirt that no one can see.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
just realised it. I've just seen it.
Yeah.
Tope's wearing a Vinyl Collective t-shirt. I
Yeah.
didn't know these were out.
Shameless plug out
Yeah.
here. Yeah, no, it was actually a present
us
on
the
my
story.
birthday. So yeah, I turned 25 last weekend, and yeah, this is one of the
Okay.
presents I
Happy
received.
birthday, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
love
man. But yeah, it was one of the, I wasn't
I'm going to
expecting
embarrass
this
you
at
if you
all.
got it for you.
What?
You got it for you?
My lady friend, of course.
Ah,
Come on, but yeah, no, obviously shout out to you, and she's definitely gonna listen to this. She's gonna
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
her eyes. But yeah,
Nice
so
t-shirt.
that
yeah.
t-shirt's dope, bro.
Yeah.
No, honestly,
I like that.
I don't know
that's
how
quite
she
cool.
thought of this idea, but yeah,
What, can you send that to me?
yeah, Vinyl Collective merch online coming soon.
Come on,
But yeah, it's pretty sick. So yeah,
It's
this
nice.
is
Yeah.
my little advertisement. I thought I was gonna wear it today,
Love it,
but
yeah.
no, I proper like it. So yeah, got to promote the brand, right? So
You guys got merch coming soon then?
merch coming soon, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
it's in the works,
Yeah,
it's in the
yeah, it's
works.
all in the works. you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Should we move on?
yeah, go on.
The
What's our
main
topic
feature
for
of
today?
today. So yeah, like, I guess you want to talk about like why UK hip hop specifically is like lags behind other genres in the UK. So like, why is it that like there's like rock and pop like all time greats? You have like these bands from the UK. I guess if you speak to people from like the US or elsewhere, they're like, UK is like the home of music, like all these amazing.
Yeah, you got like
bands.
the Beatles.
Why,
you
like
got
why is it
Oasis.
hip hop's like
Right,
lagged
right.
so far
Yeah,
behind?
yeah. Why even is?
I just think it comes down to like black people didn't enter the UK till when?
Oh, okay, fair. Like
You know?
60s Windrush.
Yeah, Windrush
Yeah.
generation. You're talking the 60s.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if you think about the 60s back then, you already had people like the Beatles. Of course, these were their homes. This is where they
Yeah,
grew up.
it's true. It's true.
So obviously, obviously you came in the 60s, and then I think it was in the 70s. That's when black artists started to just, or maybe the 80s. Sorry, that's when black artists started to just come through a little bit, like just in different types.
Like Sade and stuff.
Yeah, in different circles. And then it wasn't until 10 years later, The Godfather, who now, obviously brought like grime and garage and all of that, pirate radio, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's basic. I think that might be like the whole reason. That
I didn't
it's
even
just,
think
like,
of. I didn't even think of that actually. Yeah, because the thing about America is like, yeah, like the like African American roots are so deep and it's so
it's so
long.
deep.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's like even you got to think like before they had hip hop, they had other genres that they were killing it in as well. Like they had the blues, they had jazz and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be honest, one thing I actually don't know is I actually don't know what type of music I guess like black people in like that like 50s 60s era grew up on. I actually have no idea. So
Someone
like,
out there that knows.
yeah, someone out there knows, but yeah, no, if you know, let me know.
What, so
Yeah,
in the UK though?
Yeah, in the
Would you
UK.
thought the US. Oh, actually, then again, I don't know about the history, but would they have listened to like the blues?
that's the thing. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know
I
what.
think the blues might have been a bit later than that.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know many like black UK artists in the 50s 60s who were like killing it in the genre. I actually have no idea.
Yeah, no, not at
Yeah.
all. But then I guess you wouldn't listen to. I don't know. Would you
Yeah.
have been able to listen to US music from the UK?
I don't
On
know.
the
That's
radio,
been
like,
questions to
that-
be answered, man. Questions to be
Yeah,
answered.
love to hear
So
that.
I mean, obviously people listen to the Beatles everywhere, so there must have been a way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
in
that's
terms
true.
of like artists making music in the UK that were black, I actually can't recall many
yeah,
or
yeah,
if any. So
Yeah.
that's
We'll have to
that's
dig
some
into that at
homework
some point.
for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
I think there's also like more recently, so obviously like once the music started coming out, you have like early 2000s, as you're saying, like Wiley, Dizzy, all those people.
Yeah.
Like why it took maybe a while for it to blow up the way it has. Like, we can obviously look at it like, oh, maybe like a lack of exposure. But do you think also that it's like too much exposure to like US ways of like doing hip hop and rap, and people maybe, do you not think
that we struggled?
That maybe people were expecting to see certain types of things in terms of like production, like listener experience, style, flow, that it took a while, do you think?
It's a tight one, isn't it?
Yeah, because American culture, like obviously we were growing up, I listened to a lot of American music, but I don't think that period was the period that would have set us off anyway. It would have happened. It would have had to happen a bit earlier than that, I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But obviously, I didn't listen to music back then, so I wouldn't be able to give you like a precise answer. But I don't think American music is the reason that we've stagnated behind. Maybe we could have suggested that in the noughties.
Yeah, for sure. I'll agree with that one. I just think I'm not even going to use the money angle. People love to say that. Broke people make music all the time and they make great music. I hate when people say that argument. It's not even just that. I just think it was just not seen as like anything worth spending your time on, if I'm being honest. Like, yeah, like if you kind of think growing up, it's like, especially when it comes to UK artists, there's a sense of credibility that surrounds being a UK artist. Like, you can't lie at all. Like, do you know what I mean? Especially them times. Yeah, literally, you can't lie at all. So I think if you're going to be an artist, and I think about UK people, that I don't think there's ever been a soft era for UK music. It's always been hard. It's always been like drillings. Do you know what I mean? It's called drill now, but before that, it's always been around that type of genre. There's only just recently you talk about people who are making like R&B music or they're singing and all of that and they can rap. That was not a thing before. It was always just kind of like, you know, you're talking a bit of grease all the time. Yeah. So I think because I mean, I guess I give credit in a sense of like, given that UK is so small, it kind of, the fact that it created its own genre and it thrived, it's a big thing in itself, like garage and grime and all of that. Whereas the US is as big as it is, and it doesn't have as diverse of a landscape. But the UK is a diverse landscape in itself, so that makes sense. But I guess in terms of stagnation, I think it's just, maybe it's just a thing of people just didn't take it seriously. I think it was just a thing where it's like, this is just for fun. So I don't think anyone thought, oh, let me sit down and master this.
Did you guys watch the GRM doc at all?
No, I didn't. What was that about?
Because that was interesting. That kind of gave a lot of context to how the scene kind of became what it was. Let's say back then, obviously, because GRM started like 2009, 10, I think.
Gosh, yeah.
But obviously, as I was watching it, it was really interesting to see. Before GRM, obviously, you had Spiff TV. Yeah. But before that, there was never really a hub. There was never really a forum where you would see all the UK artists in one space. Yeah. At all. Yeah, it's true. At all. But so then there was Channel U, no? Like, that's something I feel like. There was Channel U, but of course, Channel U is very restricted. Obviously, it's difficult to get your songs up there. The songs come and go as, you know what I'm saying? You're not winding it or you're not pausing it. You can't listen to it. You can't run it back. So you're on. Like, it was a lot difficult to create a buzz. One thing I realized, like I remember, right? Like, when you compare the UK, but I remember when you compare UK music now to back then, I remember there was a time, like when I was in school, there were a lot of guys that were making music and they did their thing on ends. If they were in this day and age, they would have blown. Yeah. Because what it is now, right, is as soon as you make a name for yourself in your area, you will blow. Like, you've got a very good chance. You've got a great chance now, especially these days. If you're doing your thing in your area, in your areas. But obviously, we didn't have that back then, which is what further stagnated the growth of UK music. Like, the US is way far more developed, man. Way far more developed. If you're talking 05, Kanye, West, Jake, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, literally, you think that back far away, like, albums were getting dropped, you know what I'm saying? And all we had was like Roadside G's in 2005. Like, that was it. Like, literally, at most. Obviously, I don't know my I can't know a bit of UK history, but what would you say the first classic UK album was? Was it like Boy in the Corner? Yeah. I was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, 100%. Like, classic albums dropped in 1999 with Illmatic. 94, even the 80s with NWA. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, that's me. I think established brand. I think at least like my next question as well was like, when did you actually start like listening to UK music? Because you seem like someone who was like grew up on US music for a long time. So when was it? What age you thought? Okay, you know what? No, there's something here. Like, let me like start giving this a bit more time. The first, I could probably remember beforehand, but the first one. No, okay. Do you know what it is? There have been times, you know, them beats where everyone used to spit to, like
Yeah,
rhythm,
yeah.
all them different type of rhythms and that. There was that in it. So I was still heavily involved. Like I was still like enjoying that.
Yeah.
But I think the first artist I listened to either was Devlin, you know.
I've got him written down on here.
Yeah.
I've written down on here.
Devlin was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then the first hit song, Pass Out.
Tiny Temper.
Yeah.
Like I think that changed the whole game for the UK.
Okay.
And then who else? Just out of
I'm definitely. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Gigs.
Yeah, Gigs.
But of course, I still feel Gigs is late though in terms of me coming into the UK
Yeah.
scene. But that was Gigs was what, like 2007 though.
Yeah, 2007, 2009. Yeah.
2007 to 2010.
Yeah.
So at least, but I'd probably say Gigs was probably the first then.
Yeah.
Because it was when Talking the Hardest dropped.
Yeah.
And Walk in the Park, that whole album. That was when like, but even then I didn't listen to albums. I just listened to like hit songs.
Same. Yeah. 100%.
You know what I'm saying, from the UK.
Do you know what's
What about
funny?
you?
I think the first one was actually at the time I didn't know the person was a UK artist, but I think it was Estelle.
Oh,
yeah.
What, Beyond American Boy?
No, that's me. It was just American Boy.
Just American
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah,
Right,
just
right,
American
right.
Boy. So I was like, oh, that was like one of the first songs I ever got on my Nokia. Like I fucking loved that song. I was like, oh right. And when I found out she was from UK, I was like,
What
oh,
year was that?
This was like must have been 2006 or something like that, a
I
long time
won't
ago.
count that, you know, because Kanye.
Yeah, that's me. It's Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye's-
But yeah, it's an Estelle song featuring Kanye.
Yeah. Oh, it's an Estelle
Oh, yeah, so
featuring Kanye.
it's an Estelle song. Yeah.
Oh,
So obviously,
okay.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that
big
before.
move then,
That's a huge move. I was like, wow, this is a song I've never heard of, and she's doing a feature with Kanye. Like this, Kanye was like what you think Drake is today. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like
What year was that again?
2006 or so, like something like that.
So that was
Literally, like-
graduation.
Yes, something like that. Yeah. Like this is like peak Kanye. Like
Yeah, that's
you
Kanye's
can't fuck with
bad.
this guy. Like this guy is too
Man's already
rich.
dropped 2 classic albums.
Yeah,
bro.
back to back. So it's like, boy, like, so obviously seeing that, I already loved Kanye. I was already sold on Kanye. So just seeing, I was like, oh, right, okay, like, UK rapper. But I think the person I fully got into was Gigs at the time. Like, I remember being on my pedal bike, doing my little paper round, and I was just replaying Gigs over and over and over. Like, the reason why I got hit by a car when I was year 7.
Wow.
Yeah, no, literally, I was listening to Gigs, and then I had to pay. And literally, I was not looking at the road, innit?
Oh my God.
It wasn't a serious like accident, anything like that. But yeah, like I was on Gigs in rotation for sure. Yeah,
Actually, what was that song? I think you had a song with B.O.B.
yeah. Don't go there. You don't go there. Yeah.
When people gonna be people,
Yeah.
nobody gonna change.
Yeah.
We can keep it peaceful if we can keep this.
I think is that was a big move as well because at the time, obviously, B.O.B in 2020. So but at the time, B.O.B was
He was
massive.
out.
So I think seeing Gigs, I mean, what I liked about Gigs was like, I think that's the time I was like, oh, this guy is real. Like this guy's just talking his shit, and obviously at the time, I don't know about everyone about I loved music. I was definitely like writing my little raps as well. I was like,
Oh,
yeah, 100%. I was like, yeah.
When did you call yourself Young Satin?
No, I can't even remember that. No, I'm definitely not this spot.
No chops.
No, but everyone, thing is, I feel like everyone had an instrumental on their phone. Whether you rapped or not, everyone's like, oh, play me a beat, and then you play a beat. Do you know what I mean?
Man had bars in you.
And I used to love those little songs. Like, oh, I want to join one of those days. I had a little notepad. I used to write stuff. Yeah, I didn't do it for long though. But I was like, yeah, I used to love that shit. Like, I think it was like a beat like Functions on the Low. I think Stormzy rapped over it. I think it was the one he did in Sharp or something like that. That beat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is Rough Squad.
Rough Squad, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not together. Although that was a sick beat. What was it?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Rough
But
Squad.
yeah, I think that's time. But even then, it wasn't enough for me to be like, okay, UK music. And I was just like, oh, there's a good UK artist, and that was it. It was always gonna be US shit. Like, especially at the time, I like my whole brain was just like Kanye West, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I don't think there was much outside of that. Mate, Pharrell. Like, it wasn't. I never took it seriously because I don't think. To be honest, I don't think the UK scene took itself seriously at all because you look at Channel U, it was for what it was so fucking popular, but it was never utilized. It was kind of seen as like a meme channel because I remember there was one. I don't know if you remember this. Remember that Asian rapper on Channel U? There was an Asian rapper. I think his name was like Mr. Wong or something. I swear to God, I swear someone's gonna know this, but I swear. But yeah, he was like an Asian rapper, and people used to love that shit. Oh, it's so funny, Asian guys rapping. Da 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 da. But then there wasn't many people you looked at and you actually rated. The only one or only couple was N-Dubs Tiny Temper.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, do
I
you know what I
listened
mean?
to N-Dubs for time.
Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't many looked at that channel and was like, no, I actually rate you guys. It's like, oh, this is like whatever, it's UK music. And then you put it on MTV or something. Like, do you know what I mean? You only watched it when it was like artists you liked, and it was only like 2 or 3.
Interesting, because I'm now trying to figure out how I discovered music back then.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
I can't remember how I was discovering music. I genuinely think, because I wasn't the one to listen to albums.
No,
The first-
same.
But the first ever album I listened to, like you lot might kill me for this one, but it was Recovery by Eminem.
Oh yeah.
No, I listened to that album. Yeah. I listened to that
That was
album.
the first ever
Yeah.
album I listened to, you know.
Oh, bro.
That
Good.
first ever album. Like I always used to listen to his songs. I
I'm
always
trying
felt
to
like
think. Is that 2008?
2012, I think.
10?
2010, 2012. 2010, 2012.
8 or
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, I think it's 2010. Yeah,
Okay.
2010
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't know why. Do you know what it was? Do you know what it is? It was so. I remember how difficult it was to download music anyway.
Yeah.
And I just don't think.
Napstar. That was the first thing I downloaded.
Really?
never
Nuts.
had that.
I had
Yeah,
Uterent fam and then bloody LimeWire. Yeah.
But I never downloaded albums. I never downloaded songs.
Same.
Yeah.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we even had the attention span to do that at the
To do
time.
that. Like, for me to listen to a whole album back then was a myth. Until I listened to Eminem, I was like, "Raw, like this is some deep shit, man."
Yeah.
man speaking about shit from the
Yeah,
heart.
literally,
And I
like-
think that was the first time man actually understood that kind of stuff. Raw, like,
For
he's
sure.
some shit. You know when you're walking across, you're just like, damn, life.
No, the thing is, I think the first one for me was I think it was definitely what was it? Late Registration. That was like the first one I listened to like through.
Okay.
Because thing is like your phone doesn't have a lot of memory, so I think that's when I started to like download albums here and there. But obviously it's a long album, but so much of it is so fucking sick. So I was like, you know what? I can just listen to this. Like you didn't need a lot of music on your phone at that time. You just need the ones you liked, and you just do it in a rotation.
Yeah.
So it's that. But man, I remember having Recovery on there were songs I had on my laptop or like my home computer or whatever.
Yeah.
But there were songs I had on my phone, and I remember Recovery was one of the laptop ones. Like when I was playing games on like the computer, I was like always into Recovery.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never heard anything like that at that time. You're like, wow, like this is different. Like, bro,
But
yeah.
that's the thing. That was the only Eminem album I ever liked. I never listened to Eminem before that. I never
Same.
listened to Eminem after that.
I always knew he was good. Like I also you see him like with Dr. Dre and all of that. Like he had songs like Stan. I remember stuff like that.
That was an
Yeah,
album song.
but like in terms of like Marshall Mathers LP, like back in the 90s, obviously
Yeah.
we're not listening to that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Recovery. No, that was a good one. That was a good shot. I remember that for sure.
That was a mad time in life, bro. Like,
I think the first time I properly started taking the music was like probably like 2012 or something.
right.
Probably like 16.
Same. I think that's when it
I
started
think
to
it was
begin.
like
Yeah.
2012?
Ocean was when I like heard.
Yeah, I think when I got to college is when it started to pick up like
So was that,
way
like, start
more.
of sixth form or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because J. Cole was my first artist.
Yeah.
The first artist that I ever like became.
Damn,
connected to.
before Drake.
Yeah, I didn't listen to Drake before J. Cole.
Bro,
I never listened to Take Care till about last year when he released.
Really?
Bro.
Whoa.
Shocked. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I didn't listen to.
If we
Take Care.
could stop
I'll
the
be
pod,
real.
like what?
I did
Really?
not listen-
Yeah.
I just wasn't.
Wow.
Do you know? But don't get me wrong. I still listen to like Nothing Was the
Yeah.
Same. I still
Yeah,
listen to all that.
yeah.
But it's like
never
TV
went
shows.
back.
You know when everyone recommends. Oh,
Watch it. Like, yeah. Bro, because
What do you make of it when you first heard it then?
I didn't think it was great. I did not think it was great.
no, I get it. To be honest, I get it.
Maybe because I listen
get
to it
listen to it
now,
now.
and
Yeah,
music has changed so much.
No, 100%. Like, I feel like, especially when we're talking about Drake, he's one of those artists that he hasn't grown with you over time. He's one.
Right.
He has kind of stayed in that pocket where he appeals to like teenagers and young adults. So I get it. Because thing is, I remember I was such a Drake fan. Like I was listening to Drake before his first album even came out. So this is like this is like comeback season. Yeah. Like thing is, I used to go on YouTube. I knew every single Drake
By your
Lucy.
tweets, I wouldn't have known that, fam.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because I've gone the complete. That's it, I've gone the complete 180. But at the time,
Yeah.
literally, me and my brother used to know every single Drake. I'm not even capping. Once So Far Gone hit, that was it. That was it for me. I was
When did
completely
you stop?
sold.
When did it end?
When did it
When did
switch?
your love for Drake?
I'm gonna say after Tuscan Leather album. Was it Nothing?
Nothing Was
No,
the
I
Same?
fucking love that shit. No.
After
It
that album.
it was views.
Views.
It was
After
views when
that.
it started going
I hear
on.
that. I hear that.
You know what it is?
I
Cause
hear that.
the thing is, there's songs that I like. Obviously, you got Controller. You got what's it called? The Mary J. Blige sample. Can't remember that song or that one. Yeah, like good. But I thought this is definitely the beginning of the end for him. Like for sure. Like
Yeah, it was that Views.
It was beginning of the
It
end.
was that Views. Don't get me wrong, I did like Views.
I
I
like
think
that
because
album a lot.
maybe because I was like, I don't know, maybe because I was just young. I still feel like at uni I was still young.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I look back now and I can understand. Like for example, Drake, bro. Like if okay, at the time, yeah, I thought Views was good, but in hindsight, that album is not that great.
Do you know what's so fucking wild about that album as well? You know that song Child's Play? Everyone likes that song, right? And then this is why you need to listen to lyrics. It's so important. So that whole first verse, right? When he's talking about hiding the car keys from a girl because she wants to buy not condoms, bloody tampons or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't pick up because he's saying it in such a nice way. But Drake is such a prick. You don't hear it that much. I'm like, this is like, who am I playing this for? I'm not gonna play this for my girl. I'm not gonna play this for my guys. Like, who am I playing this for? This is some dumb shit. And I feel like Drake's got a point where it's like he's basically Future in a singer's body. Like, you don't know it, but he low-key is now. Like, he makes the same time music. I'm like, nah, this is I can't even say I rock with this. But like once you've heard it, you can't unhear it. It's like, this kind of
He's corny.
Yeah, he's mad corny, and he's only gone corny all the time. So
I guess all the weird like things you hear here and there about like the young girls as well. You just never really know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, especially with who that girl he was
You just have
texting.
to. The Billy Bob Brown.
Yeah,
right?
what the
I don't know
fuck
if that's
is
her name.
that?
The girl from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some like underage guy. I'm like, what are you doing, my guy?
Yeah,
Like,
Drake.
strange guy, man.
That guy, man.
Kind of step back a bit. From there.
Strange dude.
not my guy.
But yeah, no, obviously at the time, massive Drake stan. That was like 2009 all the way until like 2015.
I have to say though,
So.
Chipmunk, like 2011. By then he'd made it like he was
Oh, yeah,
having like
Champion.
big US.
Signed
US
to T.I., yeah.
Champion was one of my biggest.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. I just loved hits.
That's the thing. That's the thing. UK was good at hits. You had them N-Dubs #1. You had Tiny Temper's songs. I can't remember now, but like even Tinchy Strider. Everyone remembers artists for their hits. Even Rich Free too. Before he did his whole like
Rich Free 2.
rebranding.
What was that Rich Free 2 song?
Recognize with
Nah, wasn't
no,
that one.
Tractor.
Tractor.
Nah,
That was a
that's
big.
good.
That was a big track, but I didn't like that one. It was another one. It was. Oh, forget it, man.
Is that what was it? The black and white album. I think it was like 2011 or something.
Damn, you're a historian, mate.
It was a single.
the
The song
dates
I'm
in
talking
there.
about was a single.
Okay.
Cool. No, we'll put him in that. Well, I'll find it. We'll put
right,
him in that.
still,
No worries. But yeah, that's the thing about the UK scene, especially if I think about like the early 2010s. Go see like this episode. Yeah, I guess by the title, UK music over the past decade, right? So if I look back to like 2010 to 2014.
Yeah.
Don't go.
Don't go.
Yeah, please stay.
Don't leave. Yeah.
That was a joint, fam.
That song was a bit weird, but especially coming from like Wretch, because Wretch was on Crud back in the day. It was really weird. Yeah, no, he was. Like, it was quite weird hearing a song like that from him, but obviously that changed his whole career when he kind of made that
After he
transition.
dropped that song,
Yeah.
That whole period after that was mad.
But yeah, like, if we look back to 2010, 2014, again, I think it's like, it relates to what you're saying now, where like, there was a lot of hits coming from the UK. Like, Tiny Temple was like, double platinum. You had bloody N-Dubs going crazy. Talisa's on X Factor now. Scorcher's making waves. Wretch is making waves. You have all. To be honest, I actually think you had all the components to make great music at that time, but it wasn't clicking. Why do you think that is? Like, it just wasn't happening. There was no albums. There was no classics. Nothing.
Like, it's still the problem. I think it's still the problem today, though.
Okay.
Because I still feel as though I think it's shifting now.
Yeah.
I do think people are starting to make bodies of work now, and they're realizing that there is value in it. But I don't think there was any value in it back then.
Yeah.
I don't think that anyone was able to make a good body of work for it to be respected, and for people to pay money to buy physical copies of that music.
But it would have been easier back then, because in my opinion, I'm thinking Tiny Temper's okay. Like, he's okay. The fact that he went double.
Did he not drop an album?
I don't listen to him no more, man. Boy, that is
No, for that period.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he dropped
Discovery.
Yeah, Discovery. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went double platinum. So I'm saying,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people actually bought that shit. This was before streaming, so he went double platinum. So if Tiny
it's a
Temper
big
could do
album.
that, then surely
But
one
Tiny was
other.
clear though, man.
That's the thing. Tiny was
Tiny
so
was so
clear,
clear of
and
everyone
that was the
else.
problem. It was kind of like the way female artists are kind of pitted against always, where it's like there can only be one, there can only be a couple, and then we'll make you guys famous, and everyone else has to wait behind.
Yeah.
Because even like in my opinion, Scorcher was better than Wretch, and he was better than who's the other guy they used to roll around with? Was it Getz? No, Bashi. He was better than Bashi, and he was better at that time. But he never made it. It was always like, no, we're gonna choose one guy or one or two guys.
But don't you think the money is a reasonable excuse though? Because I think it is.
100%. But I think there's still basic music skills you can do without any money. Song structure. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like actually staying on topic. I think that's still the problem today.
But
I don't know a single UK artist that can stay on topic for a whole song. There always got to be something that just like I thought this song was called like Love. Like, why are you talking about Jill? It's like, you know what I mean? You get that shit all the time. It's like, what's going on? It's really confusing. But I think at that time it was kind of annoying because I feel like the talent was high, but it just wasn't being tapped into. And I get, because this is before money, so it's like, okay. And again, we kind of spoke about like credibility and stuff like that. So it's like, why would I take this seriously when I'm on the roads? I'm still making bare P. Like, why would I do that? I don't know.
Like, I don't know, because I feel like when you think about artists back then, we're talking about song basics, song structure, I get that. But then to actually pay to make an album, and then you think about what labels are giving you in advance and then what you have to now recoup. I just don't think it was a plausible idea for them to do. Instead, let's make all these type of club bangers, radio hits.
Yeah, no, that's
gonna
completely
make
fair.
money.
Yeah, no, 100%.
In comparison to dropping an album where you will have a couple throwaways, you will have a couple things that's quite deep that won't connect with the masses.
No,
and
fair.
you're not actually making that much money on this song specifically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they could afford to do that.
No, actually, no, that makes sense because that's when Wiley and Dizzy started making that transition back in the early like 2010s. Like Wiley was making hella club bangers, so was Dizzy. Like hella club bangers.
That's what was gonna make the PRS, the shops, the radio, on TV. Like that's what was gonna make them the bread. And obviously, Tiny Temper figured out that formula. Boom.
Yeah.
Chip figured out the
Just
formula.
went, like,
Boom.
Dance like.
Literally like dance with me,
man.
just dance that. You think this is boy in the corner? What the fuck you talking about? Like talking about dance with me? Like no, it's just
it's still the case today. Because you still have Dutch, you still have Abracadabra.
Yeah.
You make absolute hits.
Yeah.
But of course, when a body of work now comes, will you get what you want from that?
It's true. It's true.
That's my thing.
I mean, again, like if we kind of move along the timeline, I think personally, I think that you saw like a huge cultural shift when 2014 happened. So just to give context to the viewers, so this is when you start seeing people like Mo Stack, J-Hus, Stormzy, they're all starting to come out of the woodwork. Yeah, Avelino.
That was a great period for
music, that's the thing.
UK
Like
music.
UK music is finally starting to make. It's not like it was like near the back end as well. I mean, the year after things just went complete batshit. So, but at the time, this is what I'm going to count on you because streaming didn't come out till 2015. It didn't come out till like mid 2015, I think. But then you still had people like Stormzy, like J-Hus, like Mo Stack, like Avenino, still making great music. So I think 2015 you had Young Fire Old Flame with Wretch and Avenino. I think that is one of the closest things you have to a classic in that time. So it's like all that excuses kind of go out the window at that point. Do you not think?
Nah, man. Because you know what it is? At that point, we still had major, like, social media was still thriving.
Okay, no, that's a fair point.
Because in 2015, I was still on Twitter.
Yeah.
I was on Facebook. I was on YouTube. I was on GRM Daily. I was on Mixtape. I was on SBTV. I was on all these different platforms now. I was on Black Box. Like, if you deep the platforms that actually put these guys' careers to the forefront, Dave, Black Box.
Yeah.
Then you have people on SBTV doing the F64s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you have Daily Duppies.
Yeah.
People that are really things that are really pushing people's careers.
Yeah, the content really seemed to like hit its peak at that time.
Yeah, but there was a lot of content out, man. There was a lot of music videos now. So we were able to really enjoy and become fans. Which we couldn't have. It was a lot more difficult to become fans of artists back then.
No,
because
true.
you just didn't know what was. They're not tweeting. They're not putting it in posts.
Yeah,
it's
true.
You know what I'm saying? They've not got like 5 music videos that you can watch every single day and repeat every single day and learn the lyrics to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true. So I guess what was like the first artist in that era that kind of took it? It's like, okay, no, I actually have to start taking this seriously now.
Yeah. While you're thinking, like just sidetrack, like this that was the kind of period where there was like remember the Brit Awards 2015 where like Kanye West brought out.
Oh, that was a huge moment.
6-7 and
yeah. No, explain that.
Was it no Section Boys? It was Section Boys.
It was everyone.
I think it was 40 people.
Yeah, it was everyone. Yeah, I
like
remember
Skepta,
that.
Jamie, probably. I think there was a lot of
They were bare, man.
That was a big moment, I think.
That was a massive moment.
That was a huge moment because Yeah, I don't think anyone ever expected that. I don't think people even thought Kanye West knew these guys existed. Maybe at the time it was like, oh, I don't know. Oh, you're a rapper? Okay, come on. Like, you probably didn't even know what I'm talking. There's no way he knows all of Boy Better Know. Sorry, man. Sorry. But,
so I think that's where, like, that was kind of linked with why Stormzy brought out Shut Up, was like in response to that.
Okay.
Like, kind of in response to that whole, like, there was a big, like, fallout from it being like, oh, he's just, like, Kanye doesn't know these guys. Like, he's just using them. Like,
he wasn't friends with Skepta.
No.
He isn't friends with Skepta.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I think that came out as a bit of a response to that. But yeah, just thought I'd throw it out there.
Okay.
Yeah, what were you gonna say? Yeah.
You know what? Even in 2014, I still didn't like. I listened to like Mostack. I listened to where he did was it Nobody? Yeah, it was Nobody.
Yeah.
J-Hus when he was doing his freestyles, I was listening to it, but I didn't listen to 15th Day, for example, when he drops that.
Yeah.
And then what? Stormzy. Yeah, of course. I listened to the Wicked Skengman, which was a Shut Up, but I didn't listen to his Dreamer's Disease.
Same.
Yeah. So even at that stage, man was still listening to hits.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're just there like, oh, okay. You're like, yeah, you're still there like.
I'm trying to think. The first like UK album I probably listened to might have been. I want to say Common Sense.
Fuck.
I'm gonna say.
No, I'll say it. No, I'll say
It
it.
couldn't have been.
2015.
No, sorry, Konnichiwa.
Okay, 2016. Yeah.
That is
So I think Konnichiwa was the first. Maybe Blacklisted. That was the first time I ever downloaded an album.
Okay.
That was the first time I ever downloaded it. But I didn't like it.
Yeah. JME 2015, I think, was the first like album of
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. At the time, I always just saw it as like.
What was the like lead single on that one?
What Konnichiwa?
No, on JME's one. Was it Man Don't?
Man Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's not like just around the corner.
Yeah.
Literally.
But that was
5 years ago. It's crazy, isn't
He
it?
dropped a new album this year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Listen to it.
Was that the one
He
that they didn't put on Spotify?
Oh, I
think so.
know,
Yeah,
to be honest.
I think you put it back on it. Like,
Yeah.
Money talks, boy. Money talks. That's what I'm gonna say now. Money talks, boy. But yeah, the way I always pictured it, when it comes to UK and US music, especially at this time, like, you know that Simpsons meme, where the monkeys are fighting in the pit and the guys are holding their money.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I always imagine that those guys are like the US artists and the monkeys are the UK artists because no, I know it sounds bad, but that's how I saw it. It's like, okay, yeah, well done. You put a song together. Like, these guys have been putting albums together for years, like decades even, like, catch up in some way. You guys can't even make beats. Like, beats was just becoming a thing recently. Like, but I think the time, because also you're talking about like 20 talking about Jamie. Yeah, I think it was when Wretch dropped a Fire in the Booth with Avelino. I was like, okay.
But that was like 2 years ago, 3 years.
No, 2015. That was 2015. Young Fire Flame, 2015. That's when I was like.
That Fire in the Booth was in 2015.
2015, the first one, the one that everyone went crazy for. 2015.
Yeah.
2015. I know. Time flies, isn't it?
That was iconic.
Crazy. That's the thing. I heard that. I was like, you know what? Something's changing. But I was like, even for Wretch, because Wretch kind of had a whole like remodeling of it. I don't know how I know it does that, to be honest. Completely just threw everything out the window. And I was like, I never heard of Avelino at the time. I was like, okay, this is mad. Like, there's something here.
The thing is, if that was an Avelino Fire in the Booth on its own, people would still be like,
yeah, honestly, that's the thing. Both of them were going crazy. And I was like, and obviously they kept saying Young Fire Flame. Like, oh, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to listen to this. And to this day, I still think personally that's one of the best records to come from the UK. Maybe ever. Like, legit. Like, because everything's there. Everything's working. The features work. The song structure works. The beats work. Like, anyone who's trying to, like, see, like, I guess where things have come and like I'm going from, like where things have come from, where they're going to. I think you should I feel like that's definitely a marker because at that time everyone was trying to beat Wretch's Fire in the Booth and your Kano.
Oh, do you know what's so funny? By the way, because the other day I was watching Fire in the Booth with my boys, and that Kano Fire in the Booth, right? The first time I ever listened to it, I hated it. Bro, let me tell you this, yeah. When I first listened to that Fire in the Booth, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I didn't listen to Kano again,
bro.
Until Hoodies All Summer.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously, that was my album of the year last year.
Yeah.
And then literally a couple weeks ago, because we were watching Fire in the Booths, we watched Kano's. And I was like, is this the same song? I asked my boy, does Kano have another Fire in the Booth? I was literally like this is the one I listen to. But it's funny because I feel like your ears. I was like, my ears have aged very well. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
because what Kano did in that Fire in the Booth,
mental, innit? Even at the end when he's like, so who's better, me or Wretch? It's like, oh yeah. I was like, all right.
And that was the whole take.
Yeah.
One take.
And he's like, oh, will people do more than one take? He's such a prick for that. He's like, oh yeah. You know people do more than one take. Like,
Bro, that whole period was mad, man. Especially with the Find the Boost because everyone wanted to top each other.
Yeah,
Everyone wanted to top each other.
that's the first time I saw real competition in the UK. I was like, okay, something's coming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never thought it was gonna be Hus. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never thought it was gonna be
Became more
Hus.
organised, didn't it? It became more organised.
Yeah, but
around
yeah,
that time.
because obviously, like, because at that time, this is when memes started to make music popular. It's like this is when you had that girl Bad Boy, like Catch Me Outside. How about that? And obviously that became popular. So like memes started to like popularize things. Bobby Schmurder as well. Do you know what I mean? Like the dance. And then obviously I heard you can't eat pum pum trying to draw my zoo. I was like, this guy is so fucking shit. Like, and when I was like, you know what it is? I went to Loughborough one time. I was in the club and I heard that. I was like, I wanted to leave. I was so angry. I was like, how many people were singing in their house? I was like, what? This guy? I was so honestly. And this is someone who's like a big J-Hus. I was so confused. I was not getting. I was like, why is everyone obsessed with this guy? Honestly. And then obviously even the one when he did Them Boy Pagan, I was like, okay, so he's just copying them Jamaicans and what the fuck? Like, okay. And then literally over time, it was like he kept jumping like a better song, a better song. I was like, raw.
Wait, do you like them songs now, by the way?
Yeah. No, you know what it is? Do you know what sold me at the time? I like them songs now, but what really took me to was the Westwood Crib session with him and Mo Stack.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I literally sat there. I was like, oh my, I actually like a UK rapper now. Like for legit, like them two.
You became a stan.
I became a stan. I was like, no, them two are like, they're gonna be the next up, and they were. Obviously, at the time I thought Mo Stack was way better, and I think he was. I think J-Hus lapped him real quick.
God.
And even though, like, I think you're talking about, Common Sense might have been the first one, but I don't think there's no shame in that because obviously I think Common Sense was the first time. Konnichiwa was good, but Skepta's one of the old guards if you deep it. But I think when Common Sense came out, that was like everyone could get behind that. Everyone was like, okay, there's one. I don't know if it did. I don't think it did.
I don't know.
I don't think it did. I think it got in the top 10 or top 20, but it didn't get number one. They didn't get number one because it was still UK scene was still mature at that time. It was 2017, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, I don't think it would have got number one.
But the thing is, like, one thing that artists weren't factoring in as well was the female audience because J-Hus was the first person where it's like, okay, it's not just greeds, it's not just guys on the road can listen to this. It was everyone can listen to this.
Yeah, everyone.
Do you know what I mean? Did you see? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, went number 6.
Yeah, number 6. Yeah, it was even number 1 and. Yeah, like, what do you think J-Hus and Mo Stack and what do you think they brought that made such a big difference to the
authenticity, man?
Yeah,
straight away. Like, I've been standing J-Hus now since Common Sense. Like, I'm J-Hus. Like, I think he is so clear of everyone else in this country. It's not even a joke. Like,
was it like one of your most recent videos, right? Yeah.
Well,
you said Hus was number 1.
Hus number one.
Hus.
Like, yeah. Hus, honestly, he is honestly my goat in the UK. Like, and the thing is, you know what? That's even a disservice to him. I think he's just as good as many artists in the US.
100%, I agree with that.
Like, okay, this might even sound mad, fam. You know, there's some content here, but no. But on a level, I feel like in the US, like currently, obviously, you have Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, Kanye West, Jay-Z, all in that same bubble. Yeah, I genuinely would put J-Hus in that second bubble.
Okay, wow.
That's
high
me.
praise.
Like, you have the goats, like the guys that have just been there, done it. I put J-Hus right there. I think he's better than all them little baby, all them little.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll give you that for sure.
But those are the next. Those are the, like, currently in the US. Those are like the
tier 1 type of guy.
One artist now.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
For me, J-Hus is so talented. Like, it's his uniqueness, his versatility,
wordplay, humor.
His humor.
Humor.
Yeah. Bro, his humor.
His
instrumental with the production.
J5, TSP.
You know what I'm saying?
Big Conspiracy. We could do a whole album review.
He's so original. He's so, and the personality, like people say he's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But I fucking love how original he is. Yeah. There is no, he has no feel. There is no, he's no Stormzy in that sense. Don't get me wrong. If he had the persona of Stormzy, he'd probably be the number 1 artist in the UK.
100%. Yeah, and he was for a short period. He was.
He genuinely was.
I think one thing people gotta remember is this is someone who, in the span of a very short career, so if this is, let's say, literally hit between 2014 and Common Sense, he went to jail twice.
Yeah.
For a long period. So imagine he never even went to jail and he kept making music. Where would he be now? Who even knows? Do you know what I mean? Like, his trajectory, as big as it is now, it could have been even bigger. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't have enough words to say for the guy.
Yeah,
like, I genuinely think, honestly, right, like, maybe it's because that's the thing. Maybe because the UK is just so not anywhere near him in terms of talent level. But I just think we've never had a J-Hus before.
Never.
Right, like here's one argument that people always like to bring: J-Hus versus Dave. Because I'm not gonna count Stormzy because let's be real, we know what Stormzy is. But J-Hus and Dave, okay.
Yeah.
My argument against Dave is we will have many Daves
100%
come through.
Yeah.
We won't have that many J-Husses come through. I'm so sorry.
It's true.
You're just not gonna get that many J-Husses come through.
Yeah.
So that's why for me he has to be ahead of Dave, and that's why he's the number one in the UK.
To be honest, I agree with him.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. That's the
If
thing.
he's
Like,
number one, we've got to put. I'd say like if he's kind of on his own at like a tier 1, tier 2, who we put in there? Like Sim. I'm gonna definitely put Little Sims there.
to be honest, that's the thing. I think that's what makes that argument so interesting because I think they're both artists who don't sound like anyone else in the UK.
What, Lil Sims and J-Hus?
Yeah. But I think
they're both doing
if someone said J-Hus was better than Lil Sims, I can't say they're wrong because they're so different. Like it's like it's like I think if you're talking about tier 2, cool. We're talking I know people might not like this. I'm talking AJ Tracy. I'm talking Nux.
Is Dave in tier 1 or 2?
Actually, we're talking tier 1. Then she's got to be up there with him. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think Dave and J-Hus are the same. I think
Dave's in tier 2.
I think he's not the same tier as J-Hus.
No, but if they're at tier 1, then tier 2, you've got the Dave. You've got
AJ exactly.
Tracy.
I think Dave.
Oh, you put Dave in the AJ Tracy tier.
Yeah, the only reason I say that is the same reason you're saying. He's a UK J. Cole. He really is. And the thing is, I get it because obviously, you make the music you want to make.
Do you think he's the standard? Do you think he's so big because of the standard that the UK has set? Or the standard that the UK have?
Do you know what it is? I think he's big because his initial come up was so extreme. Like he literally is J. Cole because when J. Cole started, everyone thought, "Yep, this guy's the next Nas. It's gonna happen." And I think when you heard Dave, when you heard the Black Box, when you heard the Street Heat, you're thinking this guy is going to be a prodigy. Like I've never seen anything like that. Even Chipmunk, sorry Chipmunk fans. Dave was way better. Dave was way better. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna be like. Honestly, at 16, you're thinking, imagine when this guy is like 21, he's gonna like take over the world.
Yeah.
And I still think he could. I just don't think he's there yet. I think with J-Hus, again, what Daniel was saying is like, what J-Hus does in terms of approaching songs, in terms of features, in terms of sticking to a producer. We spoke about this in the last episode. Most UK artists don't stick to one producer and lock in. Like they don't do that.
Big Conspiracy was like.
Yeah, that's a big for me. Big literally.
What an album.
Literally. I know people are saying, "Oh, Big Conspiracy is better." Fuck off. Big Conspiracy is better than Common Sense. Come at me.
It's the cohesion.
That's the thing.
It's how cohesive it is. It's how they just work with each other. The features work.
Everything
just works.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? There's
little things that other artists just aren't doing. Again, like I don't think any other UK artist goes into the booth and think, "Oh, should track 1 come before track 2?" I don't think they do that. Like literally, like stuff like this. Like,
do you know what the UK artists do? Intro, outro.
One song for the girls.
That's it.
Yeah,
legit.
song for the girls.
One song for the girls. The emotional intro, the emotional the high P intro and the emotional outro, a song for the
with
girls.
some singing sample in the background. Literally every time, every fucking time.
You check every single UK, most mainstream UK rappers. You check their projects. You'll find that in the outros, intros. Don't get me wrong. I love Nines.
Same, that's the same shit every time.
You know what Nines is bringing to the table.
Don't
get me wrong. He did. Step out the boat with airplane mode, which was a banger. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Step out the boat, you're gonna have a banging song.
It's true. So that's the thing. So like, now it doesn't mean we're talking about these artists now, and it seems like we're only talking about one guy, which to us, he deserves all the praise. But like, like we're talking about where it's kind of come up now, and talking about like authenticity, and I agree with that because obviously I think you're starting to get now more pockets of rap. Like you're actually getting an underground UK rap scene. That's like that was never a thing before. Like the fact that Nux, for example, is kind of seen as underground. It's like, bro, there's actually a whole scene now where like there's main tier artists. I think streaming is a big part of that as well, where it's like you can actually go and find all these little artists. Like for example, would H be as big as he was now without streaming? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? As talented as he is, would you find a guy like that before? And I think that's what makes it so interesting. But I think the question now, I think we kind of touched on a little bit, is like, would a classic album ever come from the UK? And I don't mean classic within the UK. I think the way we see Illmatic or the way we see Born Ready to Die. Do you know what I mean? Will there ever? Do you think there is one? And if not, do you think one could ever come? Who would do it?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though, because Americans to define a classic as an international classic, it means that Americans actually have to listen to our music, which they don't.
I mean, listen to Stormzy. The door's opening now.
They do. Like Gang Signs and Prayer?
No.
No, I think it's open enough, but yes, you said Stormzy, the biggest artist in the UK by miles.
Yeah,
the
by miles.
No,
he's definitely the richest one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In the
100%,
UK by miles.
Yeah.
I was going to maybe skeptical join him in that sense. Because
Yeah, this got up, but Stormzy's
Stormzy's
money
mad.
long.
But that's
boy.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like someone like Stormzy, who's not even our most talented artist.
Yeah.
That's all Americans are taking in. So it's difficult to say we have an international classic album because, of course, their ignorance. Or sorry, not let me not generalize them, but majority of music listeners there won't listen to UK music. So it's difficult to say we've got an international classic album. I do think we have classic albums though. Like you cannot deny Common Sense or Big Conspiracy as not classic albums, in my opinion.
Big Conspiracy will grow into it, definitely.
100%,
I really think
But
Big
like,
Conspiracy is.
Yeah,
I think
Common Sense is already, I would say, within the UK. That's a classic.
I think Psychodrama. Listen. Where I'm not a fan of Dave, I like Dave.
You're being nicer than me, mate.
No, don't. Like, I do like Dave, and I was a Dave fan. Even after even after Psychodrama. I liked Psychodrama. I listened. It dropped was it March 2019?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So I probably listened to it up until the summer.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't think it now has the replay value it deserves, or it does. But that's because he is semi one-dimensional. However, one-dimensional. However, the way he put together that album
was good.
Is why I cannot deny that there were classic elements to it.
Yeah, he's definitely next
because
up.
it was one of the most cohesive. It probably might be the most cohesive album that we've ever had. Like
that's not wrong. That's not
because
wrong.
if you what you were talking about earlier was you can't have a UK rapper can't just stick to one topic. Dave did that on majority. I think on every song.
No, it's true.
He did it on every song. Dave did it.
That's why I think Dave's time is coming. I think people want to be too quick to give it to him. I still think J-Hus. I always say this. I think I said this when I was at one of your sessions where I said like J-Hus has never been spun by Dave on any song they've done. It's never happened.
No.
It never happened. No. People will say, "Oh yeah, J-Hus is just funny," and he's like, "No, J-Hus can never be spun by Dave. It's not happening yet." Whereas I think Dave, he's piano boy, innit? Like, and you can tell that's
you don't regard Psychodrama as a classic album.
No, like, it's gonna hurt people. What mid at best, and I say that mid at best only because okay, it's heavily reliant on the piano instrument, cool, and I get it, 'cause that's the instrument you play, but it makes the album sound. Do you know what it is? It does make the album sound like an anime soundtrack in a sense. And I know that sounds weird, but you think about it, a lot of anime soundtracks are reliant on the piano in a sense. It's kind of a similar thing. Every song, apart from like Stratton when he goes hard, like, okay, cool.
Best song on the album.
By far. Yeah. But like, a lot of the songs kind of fit in that same mold where it's like, most of the beats are very simple. They're not really progressive. Do you know what I mean? And I think...
But I think the reason it's not like that is because he's a lyricist.
That's the thing. But even then, I get it because he's 20. So I'm not even shading him. But I feel like some of the things he was talking about were mad heavy. If you talk about, you see that song Drama? That's one of my favorite songs. In that song. When he's talking about both his
brother's brother.
Yeah, that song is heavy. But a lot of the songs are quite surface level. Like he's not going as in as he could on this topic. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And obviously he's 20. But then there's other songs that's like, I don't know why you put this here. Like Disaster. Purple Heart, Disaster. Like,
you didn't like Disaster?
I like Disaster, but it doesn't fit the theme of what he's trying to do. It kind of seems like, oh, you know what? Everyone, because J-Hus was in prison at the time. I think he's like, oh, everyone wants this, so I got to put this on there. But if it does it fit into the Psychodrama theme, I'm not sure. But I think it's the little things that he could tighten up, like beat selection, and I can see he's definitely grown from that. He's working with a lot more artists. Beat selection, just go a bit more in. Like he's that's when he's gonna come of age. I think once he does that, that's when Dave's time is coming. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's still young. He's still young. He's 22.
Yeah.
He's 22. He's only dropped one.
Yeah, but
album.
I think that's why the replay value is not there, because you're not gonna listen to Leslie. You're not gonna listen to Screwface Capital that much. You're not listening to Drama. You're not listening to Voices. You're not doing that often. Like, and again, a lot of these songs sound the same. It's very was it melancholic or something?
Yeah.
It's in that mold. And it's like it's not. And it's the same problem J. Cole has. It's the same thing where it's like you're keeping that pocket.
Is that what you did like For Your Eyes Only?
Oh, that was trash, man. And I'm a J. Cole
Mid. That's what I'm saying.
But like you guys got me here back in Dave, and I'm not even a Dave stan like that. But it's like the way you can see the album, it's not fair, because I feel like with what Dave brings to the table, you already know him for what he is, right? And I feel like in the UK, we've not had that quality of music. Now, how do we say something's a classic album? It's everything's by comparison.
Yeah,
everything we do is compared.
But you gotta have the consensus, and Dave does not have the consensus yet.
What in what sense?
In terms of, does everyone think Psychodrama's a classic? Everyone's like, people don't talk about Psychodrama the way they talk about Common Sense. Common Sense, when it came out and the years to come, everyone still says.
I feel like I'm gonna disagree with you a bit here.
I feel a lot of people like Psychodrama.
They do, but they love it.
Bro, I think the album was a massive album, especially when it dropped. Like it's in no, but like people like, bro, everyone was saying this album was insane.
I said it was insane. I meant I was like, this guy's 20. I can't believe he's making this. Yeah, 100%.
And right, but that's the thing, because when we talk about classics, those are all the components that get added to it. People include age.
Fair, yeah, it's true.
Because all we do is compare. Like, I had a conversation with my boy about it, and I was saying, like, the only reason music, like, we do this, right, is because we have context.
Yeah.
If you remove context from music, it's just you enjoy it for what it is. If it's got a good beat, it's the same. Even though they make the same beat 20,000 times. But all we do is talk about music because we've got context and we like to compare and contrast. So if we do that, then I have to say Dave's got a classic album, because
all things considered.
All things considered, the age, the cohesiveness.
Longevity is a big factor in that. Obviously, it only came out last year, but I get what you're saying. I guess when you put it like that, I get what you're saying. I think we've got to see how it grows in time with that one. But
that's the thing. Even for me, I don't even go back to it now. I can't listen to Location anymore because they've worn it out. And if I hear that song, if I hear that song in my car, it's getting skips.
No time.
Honestly.
But cool. I guess just to wrap up, I guess where do you kind of see it going, the UK scene?
Yeah.
I think it's in a good place, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say that, man. I'm running the music. No shit, but no, for real though, I do think it's going in the right direction, because do I think we're gonna get do I think we're gonna get to the stage where we have 10, 20 artists dropping albums in the space of a year, the same way you have in America, where all the big artists will drop, not just obviously like the GOATs, but just all the big artists will drop an album. Potentially, but I think it's still going to take a while. I still feel like our scene is so bloody young, fam.
Yeah, it's so mature. It's so mature,
young. Like, I think we're just getting started. I think we've not even hit its peak yet.
I agree.
Especially with the fact that drill.
Heady one. Like, the stuff's growing. Yeah, it's growing.
But if you look at this year alone, like DBE went number 2 after Heady's number 1. If Heady didn't release the album, DBE would have went number 1.
That's mad.
Yeah, they get absolutely grilled. They drop the same type of music all the time, but they've got a cult following. Our artists are now building cult followings.
And I'd love to see that, man.
And that's what we're talking about. That's what's gonna actually grow the UK.
Even Nines went number 1. Getting samples
Pot of
now.
Paper went number 3.
It's crazy.
Pot of Paper.
Fresh out of pen.
Bro, man didn't know Pot of Paper. You know what I'm saying? Pot of Paper went number 3 in the UK. Like, that's insane, and that just shows that's a testament to what we're currently doing right now. Yeah. And based off that, we can only grow.
It's true. No, I agree.
I do believe we will eventually break America. It's just that obviously we need to kind of break that culture barrier, because I think that's the only issue between us and America, is just the culture barrier. Once we break that, then the world's an oyster, man. The world's an oyster.
That's a great way to sum
Yeah, I
it
was gonna say yeah.
up. Could not have scripted that.
Yeah.
I got my notes right.
Yeah.
Go on.
Poet.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up episode 4. Yeah, longer episode, but yeah, the
Thanks
Vinyl
for
Collective.
thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
How long's this been?
About an hour and 4.
No way.
Yeah, so it's got
That
time
was
flies and
nice.
having fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good times, man.
But yeah.
But yeah,
Finish.
Yeah,
We've
before
got
we-
to shout our now and then play.
now and then play. So yeah, now and then we talk about music that's happening right
Yeah.
now and music that's kind of happened
I think
before.
you should have 2 as well.
Yeah. So yeah, no, yeah.
An old
Prep
and a
two on
new
this
song.
one.
Like when you told me this, I was like, fuck. I started thinking about something. It's hard.
Yeah, it is hard,
It's
man.
hard. But okay, so this year
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's between. I've got 2 songs I want to pick between. And
Okay,
they're very like wide in variety.
All right, cool.
Stand out. Knocks in Low Corner.
Ooh.
okay,
Okay.
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 Like
Yeah.
that. Or On Deck by Abracadabra.
Okay. Which one's gonna go for?
On Deck.
Cool.
I went mad mainstream. And
Yeah.
like, you guys decide.
we'll roll the dice on that one. And also, I guess a more like later, like old school song. What song are you gonna go for? What's your
Any song.
Not
Any
any song, just any
Yeah.
song.
Any song that
Yeah.
I like. Ooh. Yeah, I thought about it. Buddy, real life shit.
Ooh, buddy, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tops, give us yours.
Cool. So I've got for now it's Benny the Butcher featuring Rick Ross.
New
New
album.
album.
Fucking
Is that on the new album?
sick. Yeah.
I'm listening to that on my way back.
Godly,
You need to
this
listen, you
guy
need to
is a
listen.
menace. This
Yeah.
guy
You need to
is
listen.
honestly
Yeah.
the butcher's
Yeah.
coming.
The
The butcher's coming.
Listen to
You know,
it still.
honestly, this guy is Jay-Z reincarnated. But he might even no. Anyways, the song's called "Where Would I Go."
Yeah.
That song is fucking sick. Like,
Yeah.
listen to it. That's all I'm gonna say in that one.
Old song.
Old song. Ooh, I'm gonna go. Ain't nothing new. The Roots. Things fall
Ooh,
apart.
Okay. Okay.
I've been listening to a bit of Black Thought recently. I like that song.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Ain't saying nothing new. That's the one. Yeah, that's me. What about you, John?
Nice. Okay. New song. I think I'm gonna go "Mrs. Whoever" by Saba.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Just released a couple new tracks.
Can't wait for him to come back, man. Went to the
yeah,
concert,
yeah.
it was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go that old song. I think I'm gonna go "Old Sweatshirt" Fawcett.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
deep
sure.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a.
Yeah.
You're not L
I
fan.
don't listen to her. I don't listen to her.
Ooh, okay.
That
you need-
depressive
yeah,
music,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's
hit
sad.
different.
It's a sad album.
Yeah, that depressive music hit
Yeah.
different. But yeah,
Was that I Don't Like Shed?
yeah, I don't like
Outside,
Shit, I don't go outside. 2015 classic.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
it's gone.
He has,
Scott.
What's that artist of the week? He has Vince Staples on that album, I think, or that album before. He has
No,
quite
no,
a few features.
yeah,
with
yeah,
him.
Wall. Vince
Yeah,
Staples
yeah.
at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you like Vince Staples, yeah, you definitely like that verse.
check
That's
that
what.
out.
But yeah, that's it.
That wraps up.
Yeah,
Episode
check us
4.
out at Vinyl Collective Pod on Insta, TVC Pod on Twitter. We
Yeah.
also have the playlist now and then. That's gonna be on our Spotify. Check that out as well. We
Check
also
out Chord Socials as
check
well.
out Core
Yeah,
Socials.
come on,
They're
come
making
on.
good shit pretty
Yeah,
often.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, you might
Yeah,
see our
try it,
faces
try
there
it,
as well.
try it.
Yeah,
Come
but
on, come on.
yeah. What else they say? Yeah. If you have any, any comments about the episode, vinylcollectivepod@gmail.com. You might be like, you know what? This UK artist is the best. And we want to hear about it. Or maybe we won't want to hear about it. And we're just going to throw it away. We have to
Yeah,
figure it out. But yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Wow.
Thanks.
Cool.